guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm getting ready to go to one of my good friends' grad school graduation party, so I need to beat my face, do my outfit, whatnot, get the fuck out of here. So turning this on, and we'll see if I explain the products or not. I've never really obviously done this before, so we're gonna get to know ourselves together here. Got my Celsius. Delicious. The flavor is a little weird. I think it's pina colada, and I'm not sure I like it, but I'm going to be talking to a lot of people today, I'm sure, and I get worn out, so energy drink it is. But anyways, let's do this face, and hurry up, because I need to leave in an hour. Oh, I've already primed my face. I used my sunscreen and then a combination of the e.l.f. Power Grip and this NYX pore filling one, just kind of in my T-zone, on my chin, because I'm going to be outside and live in Texas, and although the weather is good, it's still hot, so that's that on that. I'm trying to figure out what eyeshadow I want to go for today. I'm between, I think this is, it's Half Baked, and then this one is Smoke by Hourglass. And this one's just classic gold. She's cute. But this one, so good. But it is a little bit darker and maybe more sultry, but the pigment is insane. And I also have another one in the shade Aura. Hourglass, please give us more of these. Give us more of these. We need, and maybe there is more shades out there, but give me them. Give me them specifically. Because I love this shit. And yeah, let's do this-ish. Yeah, so we're primed, we're sunscreened. I've let that sit for 15, 20 minutes-ish. Just because that's what, I feel like my makeup just goes on better, and I don't know if it's a placebo effect or what. But I just feel like it goes on better when everything can kind of sit for a little bit. Yeah, even better when, you can do your skincare routine 2-3 hours before you go somewhere, and then you do your priming and everything 30 minutes before. I feel like that's the best combo. And this is the Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation. I've been wearing this every day, and I feel like it wears pretty well. And now the color is going to be a little dark, girls, but I don't want to buy 11,000 shades, so leave me alone. Leave me alone. It's my skin. It's my face. Just know that the foundation itself is good, and you can get it in whatever the hell shades you want, girl. Because I saw something where it was we're not doing face makeup that doesn't have skincare in it anymore. And honestly, I'm so with that, because I don't really love wearing makeup every day. And I can't say I do, because I work from home a couple days a week, but when I go in office and stuff, I don't want to be wearing things that kind of counteract and contradict exactly what I'm doing in my skincare routine. So I've been trying to find more products that have the dual purpose kind of benefits. And I think this Kosas is the serum concealer, and I think it also kind of has that effect to it, but we'll get there. And my mirror's right here, so if you see me looking over there, that's really what that is about. because I can see myself in this, but the screen is small, and even though I got my contacts in, a bitch can't see. So, or I can see, but you know what the fuck I mean. And see, it really doesn't look that discolored on me. Once we blend it out, it just is a little yellow, but I feel like that's kind of where my undertones take me anyways. But it is weird, like, when you first apply foundation, I feel like, no matter what, it never matches perfectly to a skin tone. So, I don't know. It all looks fine in the end, in my humblest of opinions. So, I don't give a fuck. Damn, why would I close that? That doesn't make sense. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're dumb. No, we're not talking bad about ourselves. Any hoodle. So this is my second video on this channel. I am really excited to keep making more stuff and putting myself out there more, and just kind of, I hope to like gain some sort of internet community, because I like, and I've heard other people say this, but I guess I'm repeating the sentiment. As an adult, it's kind of really isolating, and you don't, I guess for some people it's not, but for me it kind of is. Like, it's hard to find friends and people that have stuff in common with you, especially when you're like a progressive liberal woman living in a red state. So I'm just kind of hoping maybe to find a little bit of community and some like-mindedness, so I feel like I'm not going crazy every day when I am in the bubble of disillusion in my daily life. So yeah. Oh, I'm gonna burp. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, we blend away. This is a Real Techniques Ultra Buff brush. And I really like, am not too crazy or too loyal with any brushes. A lot of these I just kind of have had forever. Like, one of them, this girl, I've had since like high school, and that was 10 years ago. Well, I didn't graduate 10 years ago, but I was in high school 10 years ago. You feel me? And I'm pretty sure that one I got like for free. Well, I didn't get it. My mom loves the It Cosmetics CC cream. Or I don't know if she really does anymore, but she used to. And they used to give away brushes for free sometimes when you would buy It Cosmetics. And it's like the brushes they sell are good. But me, like, I'm never gonna go buy a full price brush unless it's like gonna change my life, and I've just never really found one that I think is that impactful. So I'm gonna keep my ass with the Real Techniques or whatever the fuck I can find that isn't crazy expensive, just because I don't care. I don't know why I'm drawing that out. I guess it's just, it's kind of hard to think while I'm doing my makeup out loud, just because not obviously, you don't know anything. I'm used to just kind of throwing on my music and going about my life, but this kind of seems like a passive form of meditation, maybe, where I get to really see what the hell's on my mind, and we'll see where, if I have any repeating kind of thoughts or ideas as I'm editing. Next. And then I keep my brushes that I really don't use like on a daily basis in my little acrylic organizers in my desk, rather than, I have like a acrylic Lazy Susan, or like a little turntable thing, and that has everything. It's usually sitting where my computer's sitting right now. So this is a Fenty matchstick, I think. Matchstick? Yes. And it's in amber suede. And I just kind of go on my existing shadows and contours of my face because I don't really want to read or undo anything. I just like to highlight my natural features. My window's open and my neighbor has someone coming over, so I'm being nosy. Okay, we're gonna go here, and I like to do it like this style because that's how my lip is gonna sit. And if I glitch out like that, it's because my eyes are dry and my contacts are dry, and I'm aggressively blinking to add moisture back. Okay, maybe a tiny bit right there. Why not? Let's hope that works. Okay. And then this one is a flat contour brush. And I kind of don't rub it. I pat and kind of pack to blend out a little bit. And I feel like that works the best for me, of course. You do what you want to do, but this is how I do my makeup. And if you like my makeup, try it. As if this is like revolutionary, groundbreaking information from just an average white lady. But if it's helpful to somebody, you know, whatever. Because I know, like, in college, my roommate, like, she had a sister, but I don't know how her sister didn't, like, teach her how to do makeup and hair and stuff. Because when she got to college, she had to have, like, an in-person tutorial with me where I was like, girl, let me teach you. And, like, kudos to her for making it through high school and making it into, like, adulthood without feeling compelled to wear makeup and stuff. Like, that's cool. But also, bitch, YouTube existed. You better go, like, I don't know how some people weren't a part of, like, 2013 and maybe even before that, like, makeup YouTube. Like, I couldn't run from it, and that stuff, it sucked me in. Like, I was watching Beauty Baby and what is that one girl who would always do the back to school videos? Bethany Moda with the baby lips in like 6th grade. So, and then in 2016, obviously, like the Jaclyn Hill, the cut creases and the cranberry eyeshadow, the James Charles of it all, and I'm gonna bleep his name out. But yeah, I feel like we're looking good. This is an About Face blush it's a Cheek Freak blush balm in the color Smash. And I'm gonna take my It brush that doesn't have a name, a logo, and anything on it anymore. And then I kind of apply it to the back of my hand where my foundation was to take off like the bulk of the product, just so I'm not going in too intense with anything. And then I just kind of pat it like you would to look like I have been in the sun. I sometimes take it a little bit up here, use the tiniest bit on my nose, and then repeat. This is just part of my process for making things be long wear. It's just layering it up, and then Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and I don't know why it's spraying like in a stream like that. There we go. Okay. And then I take my little fan, fan myself in. I did have a bigger one, like one of the good ones to clack. But my friend did move forward with giving it away when I told him to hold it. So we're beefing right now. But I'll live. I'll be fine. This works. I just like doing it like this. There's something... Like, I don't have to do affirmations and all of these things when I'm sitting here doing my makeup with my fan and whatnot. Like, I am that bitch. I'm not becoming that bitch at that point, you know? And then I like to take this sponge. I think it is another Real Techniques one, but I think it's like a dry sponge. More for powders, but I just kind of use it to take off that last maybe a little bit of whatever's just kind of sitting on top of the skin and not really needed for the makeup look, you know? And then just make sure everything is nice and blended out, because once we put that powder on, if it's not, you're obviously going to see that. And then Fenty Beauty powder in lavender. And I used to use butter, which was fine. Like, I'm not mad at it at all. But this feels more like whimsical, fairy, fun. And that's me right now. So I am using my purple one because I think it softens things. And thinking to like the blush under eye trend kind of thing, like the pink under eyes, I feel like this is a really subtle way of doing that, and I think it brightens. So I like it for right now, but I feel like I kind of switch powders every time I get a powder. So like it's crazy that my mom and people still use the classic Laura Mercier. Like, nothing against her. I'm just like, you're not curious? You don't want to try anything else? So yeah, just setting again where I prime, just in my T-zone, because that's where I am oily, or more oily, because I don't really have oily skin. I have very, very dry, crispy skin for some reason, despite my best efforts of drinking a lot of water every day and eating foods that have lots of omega-3s and all of the things. My skin just doesn't, it's preying on my downfall, and that's all I'm gonna say on that. Fenty Beauty in Shady Biz. As we can tell, we really like Miss Fenty. And then I just kind of take it where the sun would hit and just put a little bit of color back in my skin that I took away with that foundation. And this is a bronzer, so don't get freaky deaky and start using it as a contour. So like when I do it on my nose, I'm just doing the bridge, because that's the high point where the most sun would be. And then I do take it a little down my neck, but that's just to make sure our colors are cohesive. What next? And then for blush, I like to go in with two brushes. I like to go in with like this more dense one, and this is a Morphe brush, and then the bigger blush brush just to kind of diffuse the edges a little bit more. And I take these like first two shades with this packed brush, and then the bigger brush I take with this like Barbie bubblegum blue pink situation. And then just gonna go on the apples right here for now. Little dot there. Okay. Sorry, I'm not used to the way my vanity and everything's set up right now. So I'm like not sure where to throw my brushes and stuff because I don't have my little turntable right here. And I like to kind of play with my face placement and stuff while I do this because, like, I'm living my life with this makeup on and not just blank face, not moving. So I like to kind of see how, and not that I would ever smile like this, but I don't know. It's fun. So then I take this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. And this is like the oldest brush of all time. I got this when I first started doing makeup in 5th grade. I'm not joking, in 5th grade. My mom got me like this Clinique yellow powder because I had rosacea and like really red cheeks. And I still like it for powder because it's really flat and I like to just kind of sweep with it because I feel like not only am I putting on the skin finish, but I'm also kind of blending out the powder that I packed in the first time. So I feel like it's kind of multi-purpose in this process. And I really only try to go in with that first hit on like a place that would be where light kind of naturally hits first rather than all over the cheek, So I'm kind of dragging that last little bit of product here rather than going in intense in that area. So the most of the light's going to be kind of in this area of my face, which is what I'm going for. So mission complete, I guess. This is a Revolution Cosmetics highlighter in Diamond Glow. And highlighter, like, I don't really care too much about. Like, I'm not super loyal. I'm not like a... Back in the day when everybody was on the Becca train, Miss Champagne Pop, like, I used it, whatever, but I don't care. A highlight is a highlight is a highlight to me. And just put it on the highest of the high places. And that's it for my face. Eye makeup or brows, I'm gonna do my brows next. So I'm probably gonna look more in my mirror for filling in my brows, but I don't really do anything crazy. Just shape them. I have a Ilia Info Micro Tip brow pencil in Auburn Brown. And I know my roots are really dark right now. That's because I need to get them done. But my hair actually does have like a red color on top of it. And this is just my natural hair color. So in the light and in the sun and stuff, it is a little more auburn. So I wanted to put that little bit of redness and warmth back in my brows. So for this, I pretty much just draw a straight line in where my brows are because my brows are pretty full and I don't get them done enough. So I don't exactly need help in the hair department of brows. And it may not make much of a difference, but I feel like it does just enough for me, I guess. I don't know, whatever. And I know, get ready guys, like I'm not gonna share too much, but I feel like yesterday I had a breakthrough. I'm not gonna say what kind, but I've been redefining like meditation for myself and doing a more relaxed version of it because I never felt like I could really meditate. And I think it's because I was approaching it wrong. Like I thought it had to be this thing where I'm tapped into myself and I put a lot of pressure on myself in that way. And the best meditations I've had have literally been me laying on my yoga mat on the floor and just letting gravity really stretch me out, pull me back to the ground and back to earth. And I lay on my side in like borderline the fetal position, and I just go back to myself, I guess, like back to the soul and the spirit that incarnated. I don't even know how to phrase it. But I guess back to the person I was in the womb rather than the person that's kind of absorbed all of these expectations and societal things, I guess. Um, and yesterday night, I was home and I had nothing to do. So I took about 75 milligrams of Eddie's, and I literally was just compelled to listen to the Wicked soundtrack, like there's a T at the end of that, soundtrack, and journal, which is interesting because usually I just want to go on TikTok or just consume content and stuff, but yesterday I really didn't, which is interesting. And it was storming, but you know how, like, when you start looking for messages in the universe, they feel abundant because that's the mindset I'm in. And for some reason, I feel like a confirmation for me in terms of like my manifestations and things is lights, like flickering lights. And every time I would have an idea that like sparked and resonated with me and kind of lit the passion in me, the power would flicker. And I don't mean like flicker, I mean everything would go off for a minute. And then when I would say it out loud or something, or I'd be like, yeah, that's it, the shit would come back on. And I don't know how to explain it, but it just in that moment felt like a confirmation or like messages from spirit or my ancestors or I guess whoever's trying to talk to me, you know? But yeah, it's really cool, and maybe I'll share more as I keep coming into things. But I do struggle with like, I am just a random ass person. And so I struggle, I guess, with not feeling qualified to speak on stuff like this. But I guess that's kind of the whole point of like being a normal ass person and being able to be in touch with yourself and in touch with spirit and things like that. So I don't know. We'll see. But for now, you're gonna get more makeup and shit like that. I don't know. But just know, we are multi-talented. We are a spiritual baddie too. And I have no problem sharing things if you're curious. But I'm definitely figuring things out myself. So don't expect me to know what the hell I'm talking about. Just know I'm open to discourse. I am always kind of trying to expand my mind, and I don't really think there necessarily is any one truth of any religion or anything like that. I kind of just think it's when you look at everything holistically, that's kind of where the truth is. And in that, there's a lot of information to take in that I don't really think any one person can lay out. So obviously, anything I'm sharing is part of a bigger context. So do with that what you will. Getting a more like focused brush, a more dense, I guess is the word, brush. And I'm using the Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals palette. And this I didn't buy. My mom had it in My mom like doesn't do eyeshadow. She just does like maybe one single eyeshadow and like a kohl pencil. Like that's her vibe. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna use Boo Bear, which is warm brown and a tap, like the tiniest tap of cinnamon roll. And then I usually do the same as the blush. I kind of take everything and put it on my hand first. Just because I like my daytime looks to be a little bit softer. And then I kind of just take it where my natural crease is, just to give that tiny bit of definition. And if you see me like toggling every 5 seconds, it's because I need to change the setting on my laptop to not turn itself off or try to go to sleep so fast. And it's pissing me off, but you know what? We've already started. We can fix it next time. And that's kind of it for that. I like to take the same brushes and just drag them on the ends just to make things match up a little bit more. And I've always done it mainly, like even when I do my everyday makeup, I usually take my bronzer and just kind of throw it in my crease, and I'll take the same little bit and throw it on the under eye as well. This one's another Morphe. I guess I got it in a set. I really don't know because it doesn't have a number or anything on it, but it's just this little brush, and I'm going to take Chic Happens and just place it right in the inner corner and hope that I got all the eye boogers out of my inner corner earlier. Where did I put that one up? Damn, I forgot. Y'all, this next brush, just use any flat like packing brush, but this just so happens to be the one that I have and have not gotten rid of yet. Hee hee. So we're gonna take Smoke by Hourglass, and it's a scattered light glitter eyeshadow. And I pretty much use this brush for both of my glitter eyeshadows, or really all of them. So I just need to figure out what side, because the other side has like the gold from Half Baked on it. And I just kind of pat at first to get the base of the glitter there and try to get like coverage over the whole eye. And then once I do that, I will go in and try to get more color payoff and more pigment. And this, like, I know what I said about the Laura Mercier powder, but this, I cannot get myself to switch on. I have used it since I started doing makeup, and I think I will be using it for the rest of time. I've heard good things about the Patrick Ta one, and I haven't tried it yet. So if you have, let me know. Let me know if it's good or not, because I live in a really humid environment, and I am a sweater. I will confess my sins. Or really not my sins, because it's not my fault. I was born onto people who somehow in their genetic encoding have the sweat gene. And it's whatever. I am a trooper. I'm a soldier. No worries. But I do need products that help with that. Not every day is glamorous, but I am glam every day. That's my affirmation for today. Okay. And again, same powder blender and just pat everything in. I like to kind of go with a little bit of pressure just to make sure we're getting everything in, because this part's the powder part. So I want to get my skin to look the least textured as possible. Then I'm going to go in with this Aqua Resist color pencil from Makeup Forever in the color For Sand. And let's lighten things up a little bit. I know you're not supposed to pull your under eye, but live a little, people. Okay, and I feel like that helps so much. And I love Makeup Forever, and they can do no wrong. Unless they can. And then I never said that. But y'all remember like the old Makeup Forever palettes? Like the square one with all the colors? Do they still make that? I don't know. You can kind of maybe see what I do when I curl my lashes. I go in first with just the natural curve, and then I kind of press it gently and pull like this. Because my lashes curl straight down. And I like old mascaras. I like them when they're more clay-like. I don't know. I hate them when they're new and wet. Cannot stand it because my lashes grow down, but they're long. So it just makes a fucking mess and it pisses me off. So I like them when I can just kind of, when the only way I can get product on it is by like blinking my lashes on it. And I feel like it's a little more sultry than the classic wet mascara because this makes it look a little more smoky and coal-like than mascara. And I am on the brown mascara train and been on the brown mascara train for a while. I think more places need to be doing brown eyelash extensions and switching over because there are people who do look great in black lashes. I don't think I'm one of them. I think they're too harsh for me. But I'm happy for people who do love them. That's fantastic. But I don't know. I feel like I'm a brown mascara girl. All I have left is I'm going to line my lips with this Revlon Color Stay Longwear Lip Liner in the shade. What the fuck is the shade? I want the fucking shade. Raisin. In Raisin. And I literally will ride for my drugstore lip liners. You do not need expensive lip liners. You just need this Revlon one. I think I've had maybe a CoverGirl. No, not a CoverGirl. I've had a Maybelline one before in, I want to say chocolate rose or something. But I always just go for these deep mauve-y, browny, terracotta colors, I guess. And then I have the Ilia Lip Sketch Hydrating Crayon and Case Study. And this one I just barely tap in. And then I have my Dior lip oil. And it's fully absorbed colors from these. And I'm going to go take off the foundation that's on my lips, go in with these products, and then that's my whole face makeup. And I'll show you guys the gifts I got for her because obviously this will be going up after the fact and it's really not a big deal anyways, but I think they're cute. I decorated a little cake for her, got one at HEB and then wrote on it, and I'm not cake decorating artist, so it's a little raggedy. It could use some work. I'm not Buddy Velastro. Isn't that his last name? Velasquez? Velastro? It's Velastro, right? I don't know. But I'm not the cake boss. So whatever your expectations are right now, lower them. Lower them. But I'll attach some pictures. I'll be back. I have a picture of the cake, but it looks a little crazy because I did it last night and like the pen, the icing like bled. But honestly, I think that kind of makes it funnier. And then I just have a card and this bottle of Prosecco, and I just wanted to get something bubbly that maybe she could pop. And then I thought the grape trees and stuff was on theme for the whole Mamma Mia thing. So yeah. The theme of her party is like Mamma Mia because she loves that movie. So my outfit is gonna kind of reflect that because I'm a Libra and I love a fucking theme. So let's see. So I've done a really loose like sectioning, and both of these are like on the brink of being empty, so they're probably gonna run out right now. But I have just some hairspray. Don't really care what kind of hairspray. Hairspray is hairspray to me. But then I do like to have some sort of texture spray on hand. This one is good, it's fine. But my hair is really fine and doesn't have a lot of like volume to it, so I need texture sprays. And I feel like my hair doesn't really hold a curl or anything super well. And the texture spray just helps that tiny bit just to give it some like grip. And yeah, I'm just gonna messily do this for right now. And then throw my sprays in and be done. So I will see you when I'm done. This is my outfit. My dress is Abercrombie. This bag is Coach. And I actually got it at, I think, an outlet. And then let me get my necklace to lay flat. My necklace is from Lighthouse Reiki. It's like a metaphysical shop. The shoes are from Marshall's, but I think they're Dolce Vita. And don't look at my dogs. My ring is my Aggie ring bracelet. I have no idea where this came from. And then my earrings are just like cheapy Amazon.